Good evening, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to, instead of Monday Night Must See TV, we decided to give you an extra one this week. We got Wednesday Night Live here on the channel, the Hudson Valley Squares, for another rant. We got Ryan Skow, Chris Allo, Nick Franco. I am Pete Pardo. Today, we've got a cool rant by request from one of our loyal viewers. Wanted to know what some of our skeletons in the closet are. In other words, each one of us, what are 3 albums or CDs that we own that maybe fall way outside the realm of what we normally listen to, and we maybe don't tell too many people about that we like and that we own. So we've all pulled 3 out. We don't know what each other's picked, so I'm going to go down below. I'm going to go to Nick Franco, then Chris Sala, then Ryan Skow, then back to myself. So Nick, you get to start us all off here, baby.
All right. So this one, unfortunately, I don't have the physical copy with me, but there is a Swedish like folk group called First Aid Kit, and they're 2 sisters, and they put out 4 albums, and their music is basically the 2 of them with their guitars on stage, singing beautiful, lilting, sort of country, sort of folk, and they are magnificent and just lovely, and it is like the complete polar opposite of everything that I usually listen to, but there's something about them. They are incredible. They have 4 albums out. Their most recent one, Ruins, is just excellent, and they're good. They do a cover of Running Up That Hill live. You can look it up. Yeah, which is, you know, everybody covers that song, but it's amazing. They are just, their voices are so good. And they take influence from like the old school of country singers. They're really, Emmylou, what's her name? Emmylou
Harris?
Yes.
Emmylou Harris.
Yeah, and I love her, and that's their biggest.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
Yeah, so you check them out if you're into, you want something that's very, very, you know, like easy listening, but still has some power because their voices are so good. First Aid Kit. And I almost picked him in the other video we did. By the way, I was
just going to say, I don't know whether the name is ridiculous or genius. I don't know.
I don't know, but it's just, yeah, it's like kind of.
I kind of like it.
Do you? First Aid Kit? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. It's weird. I don't know. I'll remember it.
Yeah, their music could heal your wounds. I mean, it's that beautiful. So maybe that's why they called it that. But it is a weird name, but they're amazing.
Cool. Chris, what do you got?
All right, this band's kind of a new band for me. I got into them like 2 years ago. They're from Canada. I was supposed to see them this September for the first time, but COVID put an end to that. And the band is The Birthday Massacre. I never know how to hold this fucking thing. Nope.
Right there. There you go. There
we go. The Birthday Massacre. They're like a dark synth wave kind of band. But with awesome female vocals, and I'm a sucker for female vocals. I think we need more female vocals in rock. Yeah, they're kind of weird. They're kind of heavy in times. You know, all the band's always in black, and they're you know, all their imagery is always like skulls and stuff, and so it's, you know, it's certainly not metal. So it's certainly out of my realm. And I remember the first time, it sounds so weird, like it was almost like I was cheating on heavy metal. I was like, oh, should I like buy an album by this band? Like, does that make me like less?
No, it does not. That's the answer. It does not.
Doesn't it?
We just lose.
We lost your voice. You got to say all that over again.
Yeah, the best, funniest thing he's ever said.
Hello?
There we go. Now you're back.
This fucking thing. Get off my lawn. God damn it. Anyway, I said when I was about to buy this record, or whatever the fuck one it was, I was like, oh, should I not buy it? You know, like, am I cheating on heavy metal? And I was like, oh, you know, I don't know. And then I was like, that's fucking ridiculous. Like, of course I should buy it. And I bought it, and I really liked it, and I got the whole discography now. And if you like,
I'm going to listen to all these bands. Everything your guys are mentioning, I'm going to check out because I don't know them either.
Yeah, it was a weird thing. You know, I'm always watching music. I'm always watching bands on YouTube, and it popped up one day, one of their videos, and I was like, wow, what's this? And I liked it. I definitely dug it. I got all their albums now. And yeah, I tried to interview them for this tour that they were doing. Of course, the whole tour got canceled like everybody else's tour. But yeah, check them out. Maybe you'll like them. Birthday Massacre.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, Ryan.
So this is this band put out 3 albums. I really only like the second album. It's from 2000. And they got lumped in with a lot of new metal at the time, but which I thought, especially for this album, wasn't really fair. So the band is Orgy, and the album is Vapor Transmission. And they did it. They had a one-hit wonder with a New Order cover of Blue Monday, which was, I don't know, on their first album. But this one is a lot heavier. It's kind of like Depeche Mode mixed with like a much heavier, like if you're into KMFDM, Frontline Assembly, like those kind of 90s industrial bands. That's what it sounds like. It doesn't sound like most like the Korn, Slipknot, like new metal of the time. I don't know. I thought it was a great album, very catchy, very good. And I don't usually admit that I own this, but I like this album a lot. It's really good. So
nice. Didn't they do a reunion like some kind of reunion like a year or two ago?
I don't know. I never really followed them actively. I bought that album like on a whim. I don't remember what the hell I came up with it, but I've always liked it, and I've had it for just 20 years now, and it's never never saw any reason to sell it or anything. I've always been a pretty big fan. But
I'll have to check that because I really like that cover of Blue Monday. I have this like the CD single somewhere.
Mm-hmm. You would like this. This is really, really good. It's good. Very heavy. It's good. Very catchy. Good. Like every song could be a single. It's good.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are going to be very surprised by the stuff that I pulled out here. So
Pete, after what you put out in the last video, nothing would surprise me.
No? How about a little share, guys?
Whoa! All right.
I'm into that. Nothing wrong with that.
I decided to go from old stuff that that normally you wouldn't catch me listening to, right? So this is a really good collection. It's called If I Could Turn Back Time. I mean, I like her dance stuff. I like her, Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves, and Half Breed. I grew up on that kind of stuff. But, I found some ones on here, Heart of Stone, Just Like Jesse James. I mean, I don't know. I think Cher's kind of cool. I always kind of dug her. And, I put this on every now and then when nobody's watching, and I'm okay with that.
Very
Back
nice.
to you.
Yeah. I could have picked a whole host of my parents had me growing up on 50s music and then disco, like the Bee Gees and all that shit. But I was like, I don't really go out of my way to listen to them now. But a band from when I was, we were young. I mean, I was a teenager when they came out. I didn't really like the album before this, but here's the Cranberries. No Need to Argue. I've always had this album. I unapologetically adore the now deceased Dolores O'Riordan from Ireland there. Her voice is just fucking magic and power. And this album is so goddamn depressing that it could be like a My Dying Bride album, just more poppy.
Wow.
Everything's about war and heartbreak and loneliness and if you remember the single, they made a video for Ode to My Family. It was just like this black and white ballad about like her family, and everything that they've gone through in one little video. And of course, Zombie, which I guess they played to death, but I still love. So yeah, not really. I don't really like a lot of this alternative, whatever you even call it, alternative rock from the 90s or whatever. But I feel like the Cranberries were amazing, and I will always love this album and play it.
A lot of people love that band.
Yeah. I wish I never got to see them or her, and obviously now you can't. But she died very tragically. But I freaking love her, man. Oh, so good.
Good choice.
Thank you,
Chris. What do you got?
All right. This next album, when I was telling the missus about it, she's like, "Oh, she's a singer too," and I'm like, "Well, she did this one record, and I'm a big fan of her work, both." Her acting, both her mainstream acting and her not so mainstream acting. I waited like 3 hours online to get this album and have her sign it. But I really like it. It's like weird dancey electronic stuff. But it's Tracy Lords, and the album is 1,000 Fires. It came out like in 1997. I never know how to hold this.
There you go.
And
There you go.
Yeah, it's, you know, I'm a sucker for female vocals. She's actually not a bad singer. I remember like talking to her manager, and you know, this was obviously a long time ago. I had you know, real long hair and my Slayer shirt and my battle vest, and he's like, this guy's telling me, he's like, yeah, electronic music. He's like, yeah, it's the way to go, right? And I'm like looking at him, I'm like, oh yeah, totally. But it's actually not a bad record. I still listen to it. I like it. I love Tracy Lords. I met her a bunch of times, and that's my story.
She like fell off the face of the earth. Whatever happened to her?
Yeah, she had a kid, and you know, she really slowed down with acting and stuff. I met her like 2 years ago at a comic book convention. That was the last time I seen her. She still gets out there every so often, but she doesn't act as much as she did because, you know, I guess motherhood.
Yeah. Cool. Good choice. All right, Ryan, what do you got?
All right, so Nick kind of led me into this one here by picking the Cranberries. Going, I'm not really into '90s alternative either, but I do like this band. And my wife's listening in the other room. She's probably gonna go like, "What the hell?" Band is actually I have some of this stuff, but I wanted to bring it up on YouTube so I could show you this cover. They did covers of Sabbath Bloody Sabbath by Black Sabbath, Iron Man by Black Sabbath, and The Boys Are Back in Town by Thin Lizzy, and they were a great fucking cover. Yep, it's the Cardigans. Yep, that's the cover. And if you ever get a chance to go on and listen to this, it is fucking awesome. I think they're really good. I always like them. I bought a tape of theirs called Gran Turismo, just randomly for like $1 many years ago, and always liked them after that. I love those vocals. It's like very bubbly, I guess would be the best word to describe it. I kind of like that stuff. So
that's awesome. Yeah, I have a Sabbath compilation CD I got from somebody, and it has their Sabbath covers on there. I didn't know about the Thin Lizzy cover though.
Yeah, what do you think of the Sabbath covers? I think they're great.
Totally
they do
cool.
them in their style, so they're very like soft and like bubbly and like, you know, effervescent. Like those are, I guess, the best acronyms for this. But
that's what you want. Like, I hate when a band covers another band and does it exactly the same.
Yeah, what's the point? You know, it's just you're wasting your time. But
fun stuff.
Yeah, I haven't heard that name in a long time. Wow.
It's go. You know what? Check YouTube those 3 covers. Tell me what you think, and like, you know, if that leads you into any other stuff, you know, so be it. But I'm kind of curious to get your take on those covers because they're really good. They're a little different.
Cool.
Yeah, I like them, Ryan. They were good. I listened to them the other night. They're very good. Very cool. Very good.
All right. My next choice, real guilty pleasure, and I want to thank my mother for playing this guy in the house all the time when I was a little kid, to the point where it's like I can't imagine my life without Barry. I love Barry Manilow. Come on, man. It's like, you know, Mandy, I write the songs, Looks Like We Made It, Copacabana. I mean, come on. Could It Be Magic? This one's for you, wherever you are.
I like what you liked. Is that no shame?
I don't know, man. I got a soft spot for Barry, man. It's like I had no choice but to listen. You know, this guy was playing every weekend in my house while Mom was cleaning and all that kind of stuff. And I was, at the time, I hated it because I was like, you know, this is in the 70s, so I'm a Kiss fan or I'm becoming a Sabbath fan. I'm like, oh, she's playing fucking Barry Manilow again, right? But then before you know it, all of a sudden I'm like, hey, this stuff is actually really good. And you know, I know all these songs, right? Like, because, I mean, I heard them constantly. So I was like, I was at one point, I don't know, like 20 years ago, I was like, man, I really would like to listen to some Barry Manilow. So I went and looked, and this collection's got like every great song he ever did, like 20 of them. I'm like, ba-ching, thank you. And I play this every so often. So there you have it.
I had the exact same experience growing up, same situation, context, except with Fleetwood Mac. My mom would play Fleetwood Mac fucking constantly, and I hated it when I was young. And like at some point, a couple of years, like probably like, I don't know, 15 years ago, I'm sitting there like, man, I feel like listening to Fleetwood Mac all of a sudden. And now I fucking love them. You know, it just kind of like got more and more. But same thing, Now all these Fleetwood Mac songs, I know like the back of my hand for that reason.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's great. I had a similar experience with my mom, but it was Elvis Presley.
All good stuff, right?
Yeah.
All
It's
good
awesome.
stuff. You try to fight it when you're younger, but then as you get older, you're like, yeah, you know what? That stuff's really good, right? All right, Nick, back to you.
Yeah, well, I'm about to make Barry Manilow look like Slayer probably, but get ready to make another video where you have to tell people to go easy on the comments, I think, but I'm gonna go ahead with it anyway. I'm too old to give a shit what anybody really thinks. I love Lady Gaga. And I think shit.
Is that right? Is that
I had a feeling you were gonna go with her.
Yeah, I don't give a shit who. First of all,
that is a great album. No need to apologize for that.
I thought you were just gonna close me off.
No,
but,
no.
And you know what? If you look at this album with the glare, without the glare, like that could be a metal album. She's actually loves metal, and she can sing metal. She can sing anything. And I mean, every single one of these songs. I mean, we all know, The Edge of Glory, and what's the other big one? Born This Way.
Born This Way is a terrific song. Yeah.
Yeah, every song on this album is really good and gritty, and has like a very, I'm not gonna say metal atmosphere, but like a very like her lyrics have got that rebellion feeling that like some of these little pop divas, I don't know what they're about. They're terrible. She's great. She can sing, and I wasn't gonna like her when she first came out, but she had there was an award show, and I don't know, it was on the TV in the house, and I'm looking, and I'm like, oh, it's Lady Gaga chick, and then all of a sudden she starts playing. Do you remember when she was playing a piano and smashing wine bottles at the same time? It was a long time ago, and I'm like, it was like falling in love. I was like, whoa, like she's really playing the piano and really singing and smashing wine bottles. It was like one of the most off the wall metal type things I've ever seen, like, punky kind of like crazy shit. So ever since then, I became very interested in her, and I want her to release a metal cover album. I think she would. It's like a dream of mine. I know she likes it. I would love to hear her do like Judas Priest and Maiden and old.
She likes all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please, Lady Gaga, release an album like that.
Here's my take on her. It's like, I remember when she first hit the scene, it was all about the crazy costumes and the fake hair and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, get out of here with all this image nonsense, right? But then you heard her really sing, and you're like, you heard her play, and she's really, I would love to see her just ditch the costumes, put on a pair of jeans and a nice little top, and get out there in your regular looking hair, because she's actually very attractive, just normal looking, right? And just sing like a good pop and rock album. Just go and do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Did you see her perform at, I think it was the Grammys with Metallica?
Yeah.
And she blew Hetfield off the stage. Like, I mean, she was running around doing like a dance routine and singing the Metallica song, whatever the hell, Moth into Flame. Not my favorite, but I wanted to hear her do like, For Whom the Bell Tolls or something, like Keep On Going. She's quite a performer, and I don't care. I love this shit. I put it right next to my Mayhem album. I don't care.
There you go. Did you guys see Star Is Born?
No.
She's great.
I haven't got around to it yet.
Oh, you got to. She's great.
I know.
Yeah, she's great.
She performed with Tony Bennett. And that's my father's favorite artist is Tony Bennett. My dad's pushing 80, and when I told him about this, he was like, "Who? What broad is going to sit here and sing with Tony?" And then I showed it to him, and he was like, "Wow." He's like, "This broad can sing now." But he was even he passed his test, and he loves Tony Bennett. So Lady Gaga.
Good choice. I like that one. All right, Chris, what do you got?
All right, this one is an old school one for me. I know I mentioned a bunch of times, Pete, that the Black Sabbath Paranoid record, that was the record that changed my life. That was the second record I actually bought with my own money. The first record I ever bought with my own money was Blondie, Parallel Lines, and I love this record. I got the remastered CD and a whole bunch of their other CDs. I've seen them live a bunch of times. I'm always just a sucker for female vocals, but I think they were a great band, and I still listen to this record, fairly often.
Yeah, those first couple Blondie albums were really good.
They're amazing. They're really fucking good.
Their stuff.
Yeah. I think for me, it's like, you know, the early Blondie and those early Pat Benatar albums, man, are just so good.
Yeah, I Pat Benatar as well. Those early records are great as well. So yeah, we need more ladies in rock, that's for sure.
Definitely.
Cool. All right, Ryan, back to you.
All right, so you guys led into this here. Good female vocalists, iconic. Nick actually mentioned one of her most famous song that someone did a cover of. I don't know how guilty this is because I'm not secretive that I love her, but fucking Kate Bush. Love the shit out of her. My favorite female vocalist. All her stuff is just fucking phenomenal. You know, actually, I'm gonna say tied with Alison Krauss, who I almost picked. I was like Kate Bush, Alison Krauss, but famous bluegrass country vocalist. But absolutely love Kate Bush. Running Up That Hill is amazing. But I mean, this album, this Hounds of Love, it's full of classics. Cloud Busting, Song Hounds of Love, Big Sky. You know, the whole thing's fucking amazing. Really, really good. So. I was kind of debating because like it's not really too much of a guilty pleasure, but it gives me a chance to be like, fucking awesome, great album. Go listen to it. You know, if you haven't heard it, go at least check it out on YouTube right away. She's just that good. So.
Cool, good choice. All right, Andy Gibb, perhaps.
Andy Gibb. That's a good choice.
Andy Gibb.
Yeah, I mean, you know, again, another one of those late 70s. Mom used to play him around the house all the time. My mother was into the disco scene for a little bit, so she would play like the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack by the Bee Gees and Andy Gibb. And I remember like she had, I forget what the name of maybe it's self-titled solo album. I don't even remember. Maybe it was Shadow Dancing. It might have been. And I remember I bought that for Christmas or something like that. She was really into it. But then like when I went away to college and I was taking a lot of my albums with me, I saw she had that in her little pile that she hadn't listened to in a while. And I was like, you know what? Zoop, into my pile it went. And I had that album with me for many, many years. But yeah, I mean, this is a total guilty pleasure thing. I mean, I have a soft spot for the Bee Gees anyway. And this is Little Brother, obviously. Some really good songs on here. You got Shadow Dancing on here. I Just Want to Be Your Everything. What else? This Is Time is a great, great song. So, I kind of dig Andy Gibb.
That's awesome.
So, you guys got any other ones you want to just throw out there? I like the Go-Go's. I'll say it right now. I thought the Go-Go's were a fun band.
No, Go-Go's were very cool.
Oh, yeah. I got to go grab.
Dusty Springfield.
Oh, good one. Yes.
Love those females and like the Ronettes. I love the Ronettes in the 60s.
Absolutely, dude. Oh yeah.
Nice.
I like the second Kelly Clarkson album since you've been gone. For some reason, I really like that record. And then I took a friend to see her in concert, and it was
keep going.
It was terrible.
Oh, she's awful.
Yeah, she sucked live. I remember I wore a Cannibal Corpse shirt, the Kill shirt, and the merch guy was like, "Yeah, you like Cannibal? You're at a Kelly Clarkson show." I'm like, Horizons. But man, she played 60 minutes on the dot. I never seen a headline act at a shed no less play 60 minutes. Sucked. And we laughed, and I never listened to her again. I'm like, that's it, we're done.
You see how I wanted this? It's funny you said that. If I could just jump in with something, you had a Cannibal Corpse shirt on, and the guy was surprised that you were at a Kelly Clarkson show. Now, if you had a Run DMC shirt on, would he have been as surprised? And I mean, it's a rhetorical question. I don't know.
Yeah.
But do you guys find that because you like extreme music, that your non-metal friends are always surprised when you like something that isn't metal? Like, some people react to me like, "What? You like something that isn't, like," it's just so weird that it's like if you can listen to and accept crazy, heavy, abrasive, screaming music, that means you can't like. Therefore, you can't.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Awesome.
Yeah. Do you guys find that, or do I have just?
Oh no, you're totally right. 100%.
Sometimes, yeah, it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
It depends on the person, but depends on the shirt I'm wearing.
You don't ever get, I'm sorry, it's not screaming death metal. Like, did you ever get reactions?
Not really anymore. Like years ago, I got it more,
I still
but
do.
not so much anymore. No.
I still get that all the time.
Earth, Wind, and Fire is a good choice, though, Ryan.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could probably sit and do multiple shows on this because I got plenty of stuff that I listen to that would probably surprise most people. But it's all good. Yeah, I mean, it's good to be well-rounded. I mean, I think as you get older, and trust me, I'm older than all of you guys. As you get even older, you're going to realize you're going to start accepting a lot more stuff that you maybe wouldn't have listened to a decade or two ago. This is the way it goes.
Sure. Well,
Absolutely.
It's like we said in one of the videos, like someone, some of the albums that you used to hate or whatever. Now I'm like, I don't hate them as much as I used to. It's okay.
All of a sudden it's like, this is pretty good. You're like, everybody listening, I'm going to go buy that,
And just think, Chris,
Right.
maybe in like 5 years, Chris, you might actually like Deep Purple Made in Japan. You never
That's
know.
true.
You'll wake up one day and be like, this album's great.
It's like I need a 20-minute drum solo in my life. Shit, it finally happened, right?
I need a 28-minute nap. Let me put on that version of Moby Dick and shut my eyes.
And I just realized you are wearing a Thing shirt, are you not?
Yep.
Wow, that's very cool.
And an American Werewolf in London sweatshirt.
Someone's getting
Nice.
ready for Halloween. I love it.
Oh, yeah,
Horror movie time of the year, man. I tell you.
It is. Absolutely.
Halloween every day.
Yeah. Well, Chris, we need to talk about doing a Monsters Den episode because
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
got to happen in October. Yeah, it's got to happen.
Got it. Got me in.
Cool. Sounds good. All right, everybody. There you have some interesting guilty pleasures, skeletons in the closet from the four of us. Hope you like it. Curious to see what the comments are below. We'll have lots of fun reading those, I'm sure. We'll be back next week with another edition of the Monday Night Must-See TV from the Hudson Valley Squares. So for Ryan Skow, Chris Allen, Nick Franco, I am Pete Pardo. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. So we'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. And you guys, I'll see you real soon. Take care, everyone.
Have a good day.
Later.